Alright everyone, welcome back to my channel, Baseball Talk with Nick Morgan. Today is Tuesday, October 20th, 2020, and the first game of the World Series. This year, the Fall Classic is between the best team from the American League and the National League, rather the Rays and Dodgers, respectively. Out in Globe Life Field at Arlington, Texas, Tyler Glasnow gets the start for Tampa, while veteran southpaw Clayton Kershaw takes the mound for the home Dodgers. Game 1 of the 2020 World Series will begin in just a few moments. Hello to everyone in the chat who has tuned in already so far. We are finally here, the 2020 World Series. At one point at the beginning of COVID, when everything was going on, we weren't sure what the baseball season was going to look like. Here we are, end of October, much like any other year, and we have the final two teams battling out for the World Series title. Oh my gosh, the season's almost over. But the best series is just moments away from beginning. We are going to crown a winner at the end of this best of 7 series. It's the Rays, it's the Dodgers, and it's going to be a great matchup, guys. Game 1 consists of two amazing starters, very talented over their careers. Tyler Glasnow, of course, on the mound for the Tampa Bay Rays, and the veteran Clayton Kershaw starting for the Dodgers. Two amazing pitchers, but these lineups, if we look at the 1-9 for both the Rays and Los Angeles, are just lineups that are being able to get it done no matter the payroll. We look at Tampa Bay, one of the lowest payrolls in Major League Baseball this year, but the best American League team record-wise, and, come the postseason here, the best team in American League Baseball is the Tampa Bay Rays, who have worked on a very small contract per player. I believe their total team is earning roughly $70 million this year alone. And they have put together a phenomenal lineup from top to bottom. Their starting rotation is one of the best in baseball right now. Their rotation is great, consisting of Glasnow, who we see tonight, Blake Snell, and Charlie Morton. And then a bullpen that is backed with several solid arms for later innings of play. Now, the Los Angeles Dodgers are known for their hitting. They're going to break out, and we've seen them even in the championship series alone put up 11 runs within 1 inning, and they've come from behind in multiple games. They were down in the series against the Braves. They came back and fought all the way from a 3-1 deficit to winning the series 4-3. The Dodgers are persistent. They're coming in here for their third pennant in just 4 years. They want to finally secure this World Series win, and the Tampa Bay Rays are first appearing in the World Series since 2008. And if they do come out on top at the end of this series, it'll be their first ever World Series championship in franchise history. Let's dive into Clayton Kershaw's numbers against starting pitcher tonight for the Los Angeles Dodgers. In this postseason, he's pitched in 3 games, winning 2 and losing 1, posting a 3.32 ERA in 19 innings, striking out 23 batters, and earning a .95 whip. Now, in career postseason numbers, that's 35 games pitched, an 11-12 win-loss record with a 4.31 ERA, in 177 and a third innings pitched, 193 strikeouts, and a 1.09 whip. That's Kershaw's numbers, and it is just about time for first pitch. He'll be facing off against Yandy Diaz, the right-handed first baseman tonight for Tampa Bay. Here's the first pitch of the ball game. And it's going to be a called strike from the home plate umpire. The first game of the World Series is underway, guys. Here we are, 2020 World Series, Tampa Bay versus Los Angeles. And, guys, just such a fun matchup. Two of the best teams in baseball. Coming into this season, we knew that the Dodgers were going to be a part of it, and that the Rays were going to be contenders, if not postseason representatives for the American League. And here they are, looking to make a splash and come out on top here, win this series early on, and take game 1. Breaking ball from Clayton Kershaw, going to miss north of the zone. It's going to be a 1-1 count now. Diaz will take called strike 2, just off the outer third of the plate, a generous called strike. And in just a moment, we're going to take it through the Tampa Bay Rays starting lineup tonight, backed by manager Kevin Cash. The 1-2 delivery from Clayton is put in play, and through the right side of the infield, Yandy Diaz has a leadoff single. And here we go, guys. The World Series, we have our first batter and our first base runner here. So Yandy Diaz is aboard with a single through the right side of the infield dirt. Let's take it through the 1-9 lineup for the Tampa Bay Rays. On first base now, starting at first base defensively, the right-handed Yandy Diaz. Brandon Lowe will bat second. Starting at second base, the designated hitter, rookie Randy Arozarena will bat third. Hunter Renfroe batting cleanup. Manny Margot starting in left field will bat fifth. Joey Wendell is slotted sixth in the lineup. The left-handed hitter will start at third base. Willy Adames starting at shortstop will be number 7. Following up by Kevin Kiermaier, the left-handed center fielder, batting 8th. And Mike Zunino will round out the lineup behind the plate, batting 9th. Lau is going to take a ball to start his at-bat, and Yandy Diaz is on first with no outs. Brennan pops this one up to the left side of the diamond. Justin Turner on the infield dirt will make the catch, and that is the first out. So pop out to third, 1 away, and 1 runner on. That brings up Randy Arozarena, the American League Championship MVP, the first rookie position player to ever win that title. A .382 batting average in this postseason with 7 home runs and 10 RBIs. Add that to 14 runs plated just by himself alone, and he's having a great postseason right here. Like I said, ALCS most valuable player, and he is definitely going to be a big factor for this Tampa Bay team as he takes called strike 1. Batting third tonight and the designated hitter for the visiting Rays. Facing off against Clayton Kershaw here, again Yandy Diaz over on first. Breaking ball just low, checks the swing, does it go around? No, he does not. So the count will be even now, 1-1 with 1 man on, 1 out here in the top of the first. Yeah, Randy Arozarena, a .382 batting average through the championship series so far. In the first inning, he is 6 for 13 with 3 home runs. That's first inning at-bats in the 2020 postseason. He'll take a ball in the dirt. The count goes 2-1. So Arozarena in the box at the moment. On deck is Hunter Renfroe, the right-handed right fielder tonight. He's batting cleanup. And this one's going to get down in the dirt yet again. The count will go now to 3-1. Clayton Kershaw has fallen behind fairly quickly. Now let's take a look at Clayton Kershaw's pitching arsenal here. He's got a 4-pitch mix, which is made up of a 4-seam fastball, slider, curveball, and a changeup, which he uses very rarely. He'll primarily go to that 4-seam fastball, and then that slider will be his secondary pitch. He matched it up with the curveball as his tertiary pitch and his second breaking ball. And this one is going to miss to Randy Arozarena for ball 4. Laz Diaz calling balls and strikes today behind the plate. So Diaz advances to second on the Randy Arozarena 1-out walk. And that brings up, as I mentioned previously, Hunter Renfroe, the right fielder tonight for the Rays. He's hitting .200 through 15 at-bats this postseason with 1 home run, 6 RBIs, and a .667 on-base with slugging. He'll take a pitch up in the zone. That will miss just high for ball 1. So Clayton Kershaw here has already thrown 12 pitches. He's now on his 4th batter of the game, only retiring 1. He's got a man in scoring position and 2 men on base. That is Randy Arozarena at first and Yandy Diaz at second. 4-seamer down and in, perfectly placed from Clayton Kershaw for called strike 1. So here we are again, top of the first with 1 out, and the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Kershaw in the box. Diaz with a nice leadoff second. And Kershaw will resort to that curveball. Belt high. Renfroe sees strike 2. Kershaw working ahead now. He's ahead in the count. Looking to see if he can retire Renfroe via his first strikeout of the game, or just maybe get something on the ground and work out of the inning with a double play. The 1-2 from the Dodgers starter, and that's going to miss down in the dirt. Strike 2. Sorry, ball 2, rather. Again, the count is even. This time at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kershaw versus Renfroe. 4th batter of the game. It's a 2-2 count with 1 out and 2 men on base. Kershaw will try it again, and the payoff pitch is fouled back and out of play. Count will remain 2-2. So Rays and the Dodgers, if you guys have not seen my video from the other day, my World Series prediction is as follows. I do think that the Los Angeles Dodgers finally win it this year in Game 7. And I would not be surprised if the flaming hot Corey Seager won World Series MVP. Renfroe checks his swing, but Laz Diaz, the home plate umpire, says he went around. So that's going to be the first strikeout of the game for Clayton Kershaw. There are now 2 outs. Runners on first and second, and Manny Margot will step in for his first at-bat of the World Series. Now, as I mentioned at the start of the stream, Tampa's last World Series appearance was back in 2008 when they won their first pennant in franchise history. They have never won a World Series, but are looking to change that with this best-of-7 set that we find ourselves just underway in right now. Manny Margot steps in and will take a four-seam fastball up and away for ball 1. Now, the left fielder is hitting .256 through 39 postseason at-bats with 5 home runs, 11 runs batted in, and a .967 on-base plus slugging. Just to remind you, Yandy Diaz is over at second still, and Randy Arozarena is at first. A fastball taken inside from Manny Margot, but deemed a strike by the home plate umpire, will even out this count yet again at 1 apiece. Now, Manny Margot only hit 1 home run in the regular season through 47 games, and in 13 postseason games, he has 5 homers. He's going to dribble this one back to Clayton Kershaw, who fumbles it, but will be able to make the throw over to first in time. Max Muncy on the other end to receive it, and that will end the inning. So it's a 1-3 ground out off the bat of Manny Margot. No runs for the Rays on 1 hit. With 2 men left on base, we go to the bottom of the first. The Dodgers will be up for the first time here, offensively for the first time in the 2020 World Series. So no score through the first half of the opening frame here. And we take a look at the Los Angeles lineup here in Game 1. The right-handed right fielder Mookie Betts will lead it off for the Dodgers. Left-handed shortstop Corey Seager, who, as we mentioned previously, is red hot coming off of an American League Championship MVP award, is batting second. Justin Turner at the hot corner defensively, slided third in the order. First baseman Max Muncy will bat cleanup, followed up by Will Smith, tonight's designated hitter for the Dodgers. Cody Bellinger is starting in center field, batting sixth. Chris Taylor is slotted seventh in the order at second base. Jock Peterson, the left-handed left fielder, will bat eighth. And the number 9 batter for the Dodgers tonight is catcher Austin Barnes. So that is your 1 to 9. Again, Betts, Seager, Turner, Muncy, Smith, Bellinger, Taylor, Peterson, and Barnes. They will face off against Tyler Glasnow of the Tampa Bay Rays. This is his 5th postseason start here in 2020. Up to this point, he's pitched in 4 games, winning 2 and losing 1, a 4.66 earned run average, however, through 19 and a third innings, he has struck out 25 batters in the 2020 postseason and acquired a 1.29 whip. Tyler Glasnow versus Clayton Kershaw, a really nice pitching matchup here in the first game. Now, we've previously seen Blake Snell start opening games of postseason series here in 2020. He started game 1 against the Yankees and against the Blue Jays as well. And Tyler Glasnow gets the nod here for game 1. In the 2020 regular season, Glasnow pitched in 11 games, winning 5, losing 1, an ERA just north of 4 as well. He's pitched just under 60 innings, in which he struck out 91 batters with a 1.13 whip. This is his 7th career postseason appearance, and it's going to be out at Globe Life Field, our designated field of play for the bubble here in the 2020 postseason. Was home to some National League postseason series, as well as now the World Series matchup itself. Glasnow is on the mound. He's ready to go. Mookie Betts is stepping into the box for the Dodgers. And the bottom of the first is getting ready to begin. The first pitch from the 6'8" right-handed Rays starter is a strike at 96 miles per hour. So Betts sees strike 1, and the at-bat is underway. Now, Mookie hit .292 in the regular season with 16 home runs. In the postseason here, he's hitting .311 through 45 at-bats with no home runs, 5 RBIs, and 2 stolen bases. He might not be hitting home runs for the Dodgers offensively, but he's definitely robbing them out in right field. Some amazing plays in the championship series against the Atlanta Braves, seeing him jump up with his glove above the wall, taking back what would have been potentially game-changing home runs. Of course, Mookie Betts is known to be an all-around great player, both offensively and defensively. This is his first year out in Los Angeles, and he signed a huge contract extension, which would essentially lock him up in Dodger blue for the rest of his career. The count is 1-2, and Glasnow's payoff pitch will be a breaking ball. Foul back from Mookie Betts. We'll try it again. Looking at Glasnow's pitch selection here, he relies on 3 pitches, a four-seam fastball, which he'll go to about 60% of the time, a curveball being his breaking ball at about 35% usage, and then his changeup was his least used pitch. He'll use that less than 5% of the time, typically. Now, he goes to a fastball here at 100 miles per hour down in the dirt, however. The count's going to be 2-2 now to the Dodgers' leadoff batter. So Mookie Betts, Corey Seager, and Justin Turner all due up here in the bottom of the first. We are scoreless through the first half of the inning. Mookie Betts in the box. Tyler Glasnow will deliver yet again, and it's going to be a fastball down in the dirt yet again. But Glasnow is hitting 100 miles per hour on his four-seam fastball consecutively here and very early on. He's now worked a full count to the right fielder, Mookie Betts. Pitch number 7 of the at-bat. And it's going to be put into play. Mookie Betts right down the first base line. Yandy Diaz does bobble it, but get it in time. Over to the first base bag. It's 3 unassisted for the first out here. That'll bring up the left-handed shortstop, Corey Seager. And his numbers in the postseason are tremendous. He's been a big part of the Dodgers' offense, hitting .298 in 47 at-bats with 6 home runs, 15 RBIs, 1 stolen base, and a 1.124 OPS. Slotted in that 2-hole here in Game 1. And we'll take a breaking ball down in the dirt. The third base umpire says he does not go around, and it is officially good for ball 1. Now, Tampa Bay's battery is Tyler Glasnow, of course, on the mound, and Mike Zunino behind the plate. On the flip side of things for the Dodgers is Clayton Kershaw and Austin Barnes. the young Will Smith will be hitting as the designated hitter tonight in the Dodgers lineup. And this ball spiked in the dirt, bounces off the glove of Zunino, off the chest protector of the umpire, but he seems to be okay. The count advances 2-0. Glasnow falls behind early here. We'll see if he throws a competitive pitch in the zone. And he will. Fastball at 99, inside knee high, fouled back off the bat of Seager. It's 2-1. Randy Arozarena was the American League Championship Series most valuable player for the Rays. On the flip side of things, Corey Seager took home that same title in the National League, and he is up to the plate now. He fouls back another, and the count goes to 2-2. Seager has definitely played a great game of baseball. One of the best shortstops in the game right now, and he's the second shortstop of all time to win the NLCS MVP. That first one dates back to 1985 and Ozzie Smith. Curveball down and in. The count goes full. So this is the second at-bat now. Glasnow has gone 3-2 on the batter. He has not found an easy out yet with either Betts nor Seager. And that's what the Dodgers are going to do. They're going to, A, put up good at-bats as Corey Seager draws ball 4, fastball 101 downstairs. So that's the Dodgers' first base runner. But the Dodgers aren't just going to have long at-bats, but they're going to have great at-bats. And if they're not finding the gap or the hole through the infield, they are going to go ahead and hit the ball well. It might be right to a defender, but they are going to score out baseballs from top to bottom. This Dodgers offensive lineup is amazing. They're going to put up runs, and they may be down, but they are never out. Just piece by piece, hit by hit, they get back into ball games, and they win ball games. And we saw that exactly, pitch for pitch, at-bat for at-bat, in the championship series against the Braves. And at one point, it looked like Atlanta would maybe have ease somewhat, kind of eliminating the Dodgers from the 2020 fall frenzy. But LA came back, and they show year after year that they deserve to be in the World Series, and they finally deserve to win one. We'll see if they can make that happen this year. The first pitch of Turner was a strike, but this one is going to miss outside. Count goes 1-1. So Seager is on first after ball 4. And Justin Turner, Dodgers third baseman, is batting third tonight, steps in. Breaking ball down and away. Count goes 2-1 here, bottom of the first, one out and a runner on. I probably will not call the whole game tonight. I'm probably going to go about 5-6 innings, just depending on the time. But as we get further into the World Series and later into the week, I hope to be able to call more and more of given ball games here. It's now 3-1 on LA's third baseman as a fastball misses down and away. So Glasnow not only has not been able to find an easy out, but he has just not been able to work the strike zone quite yet. Nearing 20 pitches. This one to Turner here is going to be pitch number 18. And it's a fastball down the middle. Turner pops it up. Rays right fielder Hunter Renfroe is camping under and will make the catch. So Renfroe with out number 2 here. It's a fly ball to right off the bat of Justin Turner. 2 away. Corey Seager on first. And in steps the left-hander first baseman Max Muncy. Now Muncy is hitting .211 with 2 home runs, 8 RBIs, and an .881 OPS this postseason. He hit just .192 with 12 home runs and 27 ribbies in the shortened 60-game regular season. Batting average may not necessarily be his strong suit, but he's going to come up in the clutch with big power hits and the occasional extra base hit in the gap. He takes this one to straightaway center field, but Kevin Kiermaier is underneath of it and will make the catch. So that is the first quick out from Tyler Glasnow. The Dodgers won't quite go down in order as they get a base runner in Corey Seager as he draws ball 4, but Mookie Betts, Justin Turner, and Max Muncy will all be retired, and that will end the inning. No hits, no runs, and one man left on base for the Dodgers. We go to the top of the second. So here we are, one completed inning in of the 2020 World Series. We are scoreless, and next time we see the Rays, Joey Wendle will be up in the box. It's going to be Wendle, Adames, and Kiermaier who all find plate appearances in the away half of the second. Again, out at Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas. Tonight's game started roughly around 8:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I believe that is pretty much the slotted start times for the rest of the series. But I will go ahead and update you guys right now with how the World Series looks. So, of course, tonight is Tuesday, October 20th, 2020, and Game 1 of the World Series here. Tomorrow, Wednesday the 21st, is Game 2. Start time is 8:08. Friday, October 23rd, is going to be an 8:08 start as well. That is Game 3. The Rays will get home field in Games 3 through 5, assuming Game 5 is indeed necessary. The fourth game of the series is on Saturday, October 24th. Game 5, if necessary, is on Sunday. Game 6, again, if needed, will go Tuesday, October 27th. And the 7th game of the set, if we do have to go that far, will be Wednesday, October 28th. So, with the expanded postseason brackets this year and how scheduling was set up, there was not a single off day in between any given series. So the Wild Card Series, the Division Series, or the Championship Series. Now with the World Series and the title on the line, we still do see that 2-3-2 setup. So the Dodgers are home for the first 2 games, the Rays the next 3, and the Dodgers games 6 and 7 if we do get that far. And that's what we're used to seeing, but there are also off days in between. So when we see the teams switch home fields, we do see a day off in between. And that'll really help both the Rays and the Dodgers and all of their arms. And just kind of allow for offensive guys to recoup and be ready for another big game. Because it's all on the line here. Go big or go home, of course. In this case, both teams will go home at the end of the series, of course. Just one will go home being crowned the 2020 World Champions. So Clayton Kershaw comes out for his second inning of work, and he'll face off against the left-handed third baseman Joey Wendle, who swings through a fastball, strike 1. Wendle hit .286 in the regular season with 17 RBIs and 4 home runs. Here in the postseason, he's hitting .225 with 2 RBIs and 1 stolen base. And he sends this one out to left fielder Joc Pederson, who will make the out. This is a fly ball to left, and that gets the top of the second underway. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Dodgers' defense. Out in the outfield from left to right, Joc Pederson, Cody Bellinger, and Mookie Betts. Max Muncy is taking over the duties at first base tonight with Chris Taylor at second. Justin Turner at the hot corner and Corey Seager starting at shortstop. Austin Barnes is catching Clayton Kershaw behind the plate. Of course, Clayton on the mound. The veteran southpaw starting Game 1 here for the Dodgers. And Will Smith is the designated hitter. The first pitch to shortstop Willy Adames is strike 1. Now, Adames, of course, has been struggling quite a bit, only hitting .132 in the postseason with 3 RBIs, 1 stolen base, and a .550 OPS through 38 at-bats. The count's going to go even 1-1 here with 1 out. And we really want to see a big game from Willy Adames, or at least a few big at-bats, string together some hits, get something going here in the bottom of the order for the Rays. He will offer and miss at a pitch just north of the zone. That's strike 2. And we see fans in the stadium that initially started back in the championship series. We saw fans here in Globe Life Field for the Braves and the Dodgers, and now World Series tickets are available. You can attend these games, and of course with reduced capacity. Adames will go ahead and be rung up here on strike 3. Got him looking, and he's not thrilled with the call, but that is 2 outs in the top of the second. Clayton Kershaw has thrown 26 pitches, retiring 5 batters, and the first pitch to Kevin Kiermaier will miss upstairs, ball 1. Kiermaier, much like Willy Adames, who bats before him, has struggled a little bit here in the postseason, only hitting 194 in 36 at-bats, but with 1 home run and 4 runs batted in. He'll swing and miss for strike 1 here. Count goes even. So the 1-1 to Kiermaier with 2 outs in the top of the second. Fastball in the inner third for called strike 2. Now Clayton did allow 2 base runners back in the opening frame. Yandy Diaz with the leadoff single to get things going. Then Randy Arozarena walk, put runners on first and second, but they would be stranded there as the inning came to an end without the Rays plating a run. So Kiermaier now 2-2 in the second with 2 outs. Kershaw will go over the heart of the plate, and Kiermaier pops it up, sends this one back out to left field for Joc Pederson, and the inning will end the way it started, with a fly ball to left fielder Joc Pederson, who camps underneath of it to make the catch. No hits, no runs, no men left on base for the Rays. A quick top of the second. We'll go to the home half of the inning here for Smith, Bellinger, and Taylor. Heading for the Los Angeles Dodgers. So it's been a fairly quick game so far. Only 1 hit total for the 2 teams combined. That came from Yandy Diaz, the first batter of the game. Now, I'm interested for everyone here in the stream right now. Let me know who you are rooting for, who you think is going to win, and in how many games this 2020 World Series matchup between the Rays and the Dodgers. I've been predicting a 7-game series where the Dodgers take home the trophy. And I'm going to stick to that, of course. Los Angeles, I just, something about it. I think they are finally ready to go ahead and win it all this year. They have the team for it. They went out and were able to trade for Mookie Betts and David Price. Of course, David Price opted out this year, so he is not participating in baseball activities. But Mookie Betts has played a big factor in this lineup. He was the missing piece for Los Angeles, really, and you can especially say that's the case if they do go ahead and win this World Series. But an outfield with a lot of talent for LA. Bellinger out in straightaway center. Mookie Betts and his great glove out in right field. Bellinger makes great plays. Betts is going to put up stellar defense each and every game. He's out there. And just the outfield alone, patrolling in that grass, are some great guys defensively. Let alone what they can do at the plate. Bellinger, Betts, Muncy, Turner, Seager, Peterson, everyone is more than capable of making this game very interesting, whether that's a few extra base hits back-to-back in the order or back-to-back home runs, really. This team is so incredibly talented. So are the Tampa Bay Rays. And it's really going to be a great matchup. This is the best-case scenario in the postseason bracket this year. The Rays and the Dodgers, I think, is going to make for the most entertaining matchup that we could have potentially seen. I'm very excited this is the outcome. Of course, I would have loved to see my New York Yankees in the mix here. But there's always next year. Pulling for Tampa Bay. Okay, yeah, I mean, both teams deserve the win here. This is the best team in the American League facing off against the best team in the National League record-wise. The Rays were 40-20 to end the season. The Dodgers 43-17. And both were very dominant over the course of the regular season. And they just prove game in, game out that they should be here and that they should win it all. So here's Will Smith, the Dodgers DH tonight. He'll step into the box and take ball one as this one's in the dirt, down and away. Out of the hand of Tyler Glasnow, who has thrown 20 pitches thus far, retiring 3 batters. Will Smith ahead on the count 1-0 will take a front door breaking ball. 4 calls, strike 1, and the count will go even. So again, Will Smith, Cody Bellinger, and Chris Taylor are all due up here in the bottom of the second. See if we get some action. That one's going to miss up at the letters, make it 2-1 now. Bottom of the second, 2-1 count to the leadoff batter of the inning, Will Smith. Then fastball going to miss downstairs, 3-1. Just to remind you of what Glasnow's got in the tank, a 4-seam fastball, which of course can top at 100, 101 on a good day. A curveball, which he will use as his secondary pitch, and then he's going to resort to that changeup every so often. Will Smith goes to check his swing on a fastball down, but he will not hold up in time, so the count goes full now. Not the first time we've seen this from Glasnow. 2 full count at-bats in the first inning against Mookie Betts and Corey Seager. Another one here against Smith, and he will go down on a curveball. He waves and misses that. That's the first strikeout of the game for Glasnow, and the first out here in the bottom of the second. Cody Bellinger steps up now, and of course, was a huge difference maker in Game 7 of the National League Championship Series to get that go-ahead home run, which would evidently lead the Dodgers to the series victory and advance them to where they are now in the World Series and Fall Classic. First pitch to Cody Bellinger is downstairs for a ball, and he's hitting .250 this postseason through 44 at-bats with 3 home runs, 10 RBIs, 1 stolen base, and a .911 OPS. Again, one of those 3 home runs came in the last game that the Dodgers played in. NLCS Game 7 against the Braves. Now, we've actually been very lucky with postseason baseball this year. Both the championship series went full 7 games. The Rays almost blew a 3-0 lead, and the Dodgers came back from a 3-1 deficit. So, we know that these two teams series a lot of fun baseball. And Bellinger is going to ground this one over to first base. Yandy Diaz is over at first and will take it himself for the second out. Let's look at the Rays defense. Starting off with the battery, Tyler Glasnow on the mound and Mike Zunino behind the plate. Joey Wendell at third. Willy Adames starting at shortstop. Brandon Lau over at second. And Yandy Diaz at first base. From right to left in the outfield, Hunter Renfroe, Kevin Kiermaier, and Manny Margot. Rookie Randy Arozarena is tonight's designated hitter. And Chris Taylor takes called strike 1 from Tyler Glasnow. Glasnow stands 6'8", 225 pounds, and has thrown 29 pitches here through the first inning and 2/3 of work as he throws strike 2 to Taylor. So tomorrow night you have to assume we see Blake Snell on the mound for Tampa Bay, and I'd go ahead and say Walker Buehler would probably be the probable for Los Angeles, and Chris Taylor going to send one through the left side of the infield past the diving glove of Willy Adames, and it's a 2-out single for the Dodgers' second baseman. Jock Peterson will step in now, the left-handed left fielder, batting 8th with 2 outs, and Taylor over at first base. So Game 2 tomorrow, Snell is confirmed for Tampa Bay, but the Dodgers are still to be determined with their starting pitcher. So that has not yet been announced. I would think it's Walker Buehler, but of course, as I just mentioned, we do not know quite yet for sure. So Peterson is in the bottom of the second here with 2 outs and a runner over at first base. The first pitch from Glasnow going to miss down in the dirt. Zunino Throws over to first to try to pick off Taylor, but not in time. Good move there, but Chris does just get back to the bag. That fastball that missed down and in, registered at 100 miles per hour in the radar gun. We've seen Glasnow hit that spot multiple times now already. Glasnow's fallen behind 1-0 now to Peterson, who's hitting .375 in the postseason. He checks up on Taylor himself, but again, he will get back safely. Jock has 1 home run and 5 RBIs to accompany that .375 average through 24 at-bats. Runner on first and 2 outs here. Tyler Glasnow has thrown 32 pitches thus far, and will throw over to Yandy Diaz again. So Taylor is leading off at first, but not taking such a big lead as he's been, a big piece in a potential pickoff attempt a few times here already. So Taylor over at first, Peterson ahead in the count 1-0, and he'll swing through a fastball up, strike one. If Peterson does indeed get on base, Austin Barnes, the catcher tonight, and number 9 batter will be up. Glasnow in the 1-1 count here. And it's going to be a backdoor breaking ball, backdoor curve, of course, up and away for called strike 2. Again, Laz Diaz, the home plate umpire tonight, calling balls and strikes here in Game 1 of the World Series. So Peterson down 1-2, Chris Taylor over at first with that 2-out single. And Glasnow looking to escape the inning. He will do just that. A curveball down in the dirt gets Peterson to swing and miss. That'll be strike 3. One hit, no runs, and 1 man left on base for the Los Angeles Dodgers lineup. We go to the top of the third. We're through 2 here and scoreless. Going to go ahead and change the scoreboard as we head to the away half of the 3rd inning. For the Rays, it's going to be 9-1-2, otherwise known as Mike Zunino, Yandy Diaz, and Brandon Lau, all seeing plate appearances here against Clayton Kershaw. So Mike Zunino, he's going to be the first one to step into the batter's box here. In the top of the 3rd, he's hitting .216 this postseason. That's in 37 at-bats, in which he has 4 home runs, 8 runs batted in, and a .771 on base plus slugging. Scoreless through 2 completed innings so far. Tyler Glasnow and Clayton Kershaw have both allowed very limited hits and base runners to this point. Now, the Rays pitching will have the upper hand, I would say, in the majority of these games, especially with their starting rotation. Glasnow, Morton, and Snell, or however you want to use those 3, who are definitely interchangeable. They've all come through in big spots this postseason and in the regular season as well. Glasnow, of course, struggling a little bit coming into this postseason game with a 4.6 ERA, but Blake Snell's a former Gold Glove winner. Morton's been in the talks for Gold Glove within the past few seasons. All really solid arms that can go 5-6 innings strong for a bullpen that is going to be very dominant as well. Now, where the Dodgers may lack in arms compared to the Rays, they do have the better lineup, at least on paper, with guys like Mookie Betts and Corey Seager, Cody Bellinger, Justin Turner, Max Muncy, etc. The list goes on there, but the Dodgers are definitely known for their outstanding offensive capabilities, and the Rays are going to try to limit those runs that their opponents will go ahead and be able to plate. So it is a fun matchup. The Rays have the big guns and the Dodgers have the big bats. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Not saying that the Dodgers don't have good arms, that the Rays don't have good hitting. Just think about what the Rays are known for. It's going to be their starting pitching and their bullpen. And then it's going to be for the Dodgers, their lineup from top to bottom, just so incredibly good. Every at-bat is a difficult at-bat for opposing pitchers, no matter who they are. So we're going to head to the top of the third here. Mike Zunino will step in for his first at-bat of the World Series. And he will swing and miss through a pitch coming in at 88 miles per hour for strike one. Now, Zunino only hit 147 in the regular season with 4 home runs, as a curveball misses at the letters. So Zunino, Diaz, and Lau. Clayton Kershaw is now on pitch number 33, as it's a wave and miss from Zunino, which puts Clayton ahead in the count 1-2. So as I mentioned previously, I do think this is probably going to be the best matchup here in the 2020 World Series, as Zunino cannot touch Clayton Kershaw. Got him swinging, and that is going to be strike 3 there. So 1 out here in the top of the third, but this is definitely the best potential matchup here. The Rays and the Dodgers have just been battling out, have been so incredibly good throughout the regular season and the postseason. That really either team and both teams deserve to go ahead and come out with this championship trophy and this World Series trophy. First pitch to Diaz, the Rays' leadoff batter, is going to be in the dirt for ball 1. Yandy is 1 for 1 in this game as he singled through the right side of the infield back in the first inning. And this one is going to be put in play as well, but however, it'll be sent over to Corey Seager at shortstop, and that'll be 2 outs. So Diaz with a 6-3 ground out is good for out number 2. That brings up Brandon Lau, who's 0 for 1. He popped it up to the left side of the infield back in the first inning, his first time around. Who do I want to win? Well, I want to win the series. I'm rooting for the Dodgers. I want to go ahead and see them lock up this World Series finally, and I've predicted quite a few times on the channel Dodgers in 7. That's what I'm sticking with. That's what I like at the moment, as Lau is behind on the count early 0-1. I really don't mind seeing either team win. I am a fan of both the Rays and the Dodgers, of course. With the Yankees my primary team, it is hard to like Tampa Bay, especially in years like this where the Yankees, lost to the Rays and their season was ended because of Tampa, but also just because they are incredibly good. In these past few seasons, the Rays are always up there competing with the Yankees, so that is a little difficult, but I like Tampa Bay. I think their organization is great. They have an amazing team for the payroll that they have established right now. I think I mentioned earlier on it's like $70 million, the payroll for starters, which is incredibly low. And I believe there was a fact of like Mookie Betts and I want to say it was maybe Cody Bellinger are making just around the same amount of money as the entire Rays lineup. So that's insane, and I really like what the Rays are doing. I like the team. I like how far they've been able to make it. But I want to see LA come out and win this World Series here. Of course, if they do that, push it to Game 7. So it's entertaining for the fans, but also so my prediction can be right. But Brandon Lau is going to go ahead here and be retired, swinging on strike 3. No hits, no runs, no men left on base for the Rays, who have fallen silent ever since that first inning, where they had 2 base runners. Kershaw has now racked up 4 strikeouts through 3 innings. And we head to the home half of the third now. Still looking for the first run of the game. Who is going to strike first? Will it be TB or LA? We have Austin Barnes, Mookie Betts, and Corey Seager all due up. So much like how the Rays started their third inning with the 9-1-2 batters, the Dodgers will do the same here. Barnes is starting behind the plate tonight for the Dodgers, with Will Smith being the designated hitter. Now Austin is slotted 9th and Will Smith in the 5 slot here in this lineup. And what the Dodgers did tonight was they alternated right-handed batters and left-handed batters in the lineup all throughout. So Mookie Betts is right-handed. 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 batters all right-handed. Everyone else left-handed, so it's right, left, right, so on and so forth. And that's something that we like to see with Kevin Cash and the Tampa Bay Rays. He definitely is going to go ahead, and he's going to play matchups. He's going to put himself and his team in the position to have the upper hand. So if a righty comes out of the bullpen for the Dodgers, he might go ahead and yank some right-handed starters, replace them with left-handed hitters, in that inning. And, of course, for the rest of the game defensively as well. So it's going to be fun. Cash likes to play chess, and that is not a bad thing. He plays strategy, and he really thinks about every at-bat and every pitch that goes into any given game. And that's crucial. You need to think like that, especially if you want to guide your team to a World Series and World Series victory. So Kevin Cash versus Dave Roberts, it's a great managerial matchup. Now, Cash has been in the running for Manager of the Year these past few seasons, it seems like, and I think he will go ahead and win it this year for sure, especially with the Rays' success being the best team in the American League, winning the pennant, their second pennant in franchise history, dating back to the first one in 2008. And, I don't really know how much of a play the postseason takes part in this award, because for most other player awards, the postseason isn't always really affected in that. So Kevin Cash, whatever he does in the postseason might not help or hurt his Manager of the Year campaign. But either way, I think he is going to win it. Cash has just been so good for the Rays, and he's been a guy who's going to stick around. And I believe he started at the organization as one of the youngest managers ever, I think 36, 37 years old. And he's just done really well with the team he's been given, and he's made things work all throughout. Glasnow jumps ahead early here, ahead in the count 0-2. Curveball misses down and away 1-2. And this is Austin Barnes, the catcher for the Dodgers yet again. He is 6 for 12 in the postseason, with no home runs, 1 RBI, and a 1.038 OPS. So a small sample size, but nonetheless a .500 batting average. He pokes this one right down the right field line, but foul. It's a fastball 100 miles per hour outside. Glasnow versus Barnes here, and Tyler has thrown 39 pitches here through 2 completed innings of work. This is Tyler's 7th career postseason game, and he will freeze Austin Barnes at a curveball belt high. Called strike 3, gonna get him looking. That's the first out here at the bottom of the 3rd. So the lineup card flips over, and Mookie Betts comes up for the 2nd time this game. To lead things off in the bottom of the 1st, he grounded out to first baseman Yandy Diaz of the Tampa Bay Rays, and he's looking for his first hit of the game tonight. Now, Glasnow's four-seam fastball has averaged 98.7 miles per hour on the radar gun through this game so far. And Mookie Betts swings first pitch, fouls back a fastball at 100, which we've seen, I'd say, a good 6 or 7 times already here, at least, in the bottom of the 3rd. Glasnow is 27 years old, originally from California. Made his way up in the Pittsburgh Pirates organization alongside Garrett Cole, and was traded to the Rays as a part of that very lopsided Chris Archer deal, in which the Pirates received starting pitcher Chris Archer. The Rays received Austin Meadows and Tyler Glasnow. Most definitely won that trade 100 times out of 100, and I was right on the money there. 7 fastballs at 100 miles per hour or higher to this point. Mookie Betts checks his swing, but will foul back the ball. The count is 1-2. The 1-2 to Betts is a fastball just outside, but the home plate umpire rules it in favor of the batter. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, bottom of the third, nobody on. Corey Seager is due up next. He is 0 for 0 as he walked back in the first inning. And Betts will take an off-speed pitch up and in that he shies away from. He turns into it. Make sure he doesn't get hit. Count goes full. Mookie Betts also worked a full count his first time around. He has not been an easy out. Neither was Corey Seager, who would make the count full and then work ball 4. Betts chases after a curveball down, but will foul it and keep the at-bat alive. Again, the count is 3-2. Mookie at the plate with 1 out. Tyler's payoff pitch is a fastball, outer edge of the plate, placed perfectly. Mookie Betts will swing through at 99 miles per hour. That is strikeout number 4 for Glasnow, 2 in both the second and third inning so far. And now Corey Seager will come up with 2 outs and nobody on base. Hello to everyone in the stream right now and in the chat. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to tune in to my live play-by-play of the opening game of the World Series here in 2020. It's been fun. The years looked very different in terms of rules and just how things have been played out. But it's the same World Series, same time, different place and with different teams. Rays and Dodgers, it's been fun so far. Through 2.5 innings, and Seager jumps ahead 2-0 against Glasnow. Fouls back a fastball at 100 miles per hour again. Just consistently hitting that mark and that velo on his four-seamer. So it's 2-1 to Seager. And Glasnow will go up with the breaking ball. It starts up and stays up as it ends at the letters. 3 balls and 1 strike to the NLCS MVP. And that is an off-speed pitch inside and just off the edge of the plate. Good for ball 4. Seager works his second walk of the evening. That'll extend the inning and bring up Justin Turner, the Dodgers' third baseman, batting third tonight here in the bottom of the third. Now Turner flew out to right field. His first time around is hitting .205 now in the postseason with 1 home run and 4 RBIs. The first pitch he sees from Glasnow here this time around is a fastball right down the tunnel at 100 miles per hour over the heart of the plate. Glasnow has thrown 53 pitches. He has retired 8 batters and allowed just 3 base runners. He checks up on Seager, who's back safely. Now, Corey Seager has reached base in both of his first 2 at-bats, and each time he got to first via ball 4. Chris Taylor owns the only hit of the night for the Dodgers thus far. That came back in the bottom of the second. He poked a single to the left side of the infield and did not make it past first base. Now Turner sees strike 2 as it's a 99-mile-per-hour fastball outside, deemed a strike by the home plate umpire. and we've been live already for just about an hour. It's been a lot of fun so far. I'd say we're probably live for about 5 or 6 innings, give or take, depending on how long these innings play out. A curveball down in the dirt, but Mike Zunino does a good job keeping it in front. He holds Seager over there to first base, and now the count just goes 1-2 to Turner. Max Muncy is in the on-deck circle. Now, actually, the bullpen comparison is a lot closer. I'm looking at a demographic on screen here. Rays bullpen is at 3.41 team ERA. The Dodgers 3.4 in similar innings and similar strikeouts. Now, Justin Turner checks his swing. The first base umpire says he goes around, and that's going to be strike 3. And you can see Justin Turner there on the replay. Mouth, are you kidding me? He thought he held up. Apparently, that was not the case, so that'll end the inning here. Glasnow strikes out the side, does allow Corey Seager to make the first via ball 4, but other than that, has a good inning. No hits for the Dodgers. No runs. 1 man left on base. We go to the top of the 4th. We are still scoreless here in Game 1. So for Tampa Bay, it's going to be Randy Arozarena, Hunter Renfroe, and Manny Margot, who all see plate appearances in the away half of the 4th inning. I want to go ahead here and bring up Arozarena's numbers because he's just ridiculous. Ridiculous in the postseason, and a great rookie year for Randy. Of course, in the postseason, he's hitting .382. And in the regular season, he had 64 at-bats. He hit .281 with 7 home runs and 11 RBIs, along with 4 stolen bases. So, Arozarena has just as many home runs in the postseason as he does the regular season, in 9 fewer at-bats. And 1 less RBI, but he has been very good for Tampa Bay. He's a living highlight reel at this point. Throughout the entirety of the postseason push, the wild card, the division series, and the championship series, Randy Arozarena has been huge in each and every one of those. Was the ALCS MVP and has just been so good. He initially made his debut back with the Cardinals in 2019. He had 4 at-bats in 5 games. He was hitless and made his way over to Tampa Bay, in which this was the trade that acquired Randy Arozarena. So the Cardinals traded first baseman Jose Martinez, Randy Arozarena, and future considerations to the Rays in exchange for left-handed pitcher Matthew Liberatore, catcher Edgardo Rodriguez, and future considerations as well. So right now, I'd go ahead and say the Rays easily won that trade just with Randy alone and how good he has been in this season, in the postseason, everything. I mean, he's been incredibly good. We cannot stress that enough. And we'll see if he can get his first big at-bat here of the World Series. He leads off the top of the 4th. We are still scoreless. It's been a nice little pitcher still between Glasnow and Kershaw so far. Starters for the Rays and Dodgers respectively here in the opening game of the 2020 World Series. Randy steps in for his second at-bat, his first time around. He did walk. And the first pitch will be called strike 1, down and in 90 miles per hour. So again, Randy hitting .382 with 7 home runs and 10 RBIs in the postseason. He'll take ball 1 as the off-speed runs inside. With Randy Arozarena up now, Hunter Renfroe is in the batting circle due up next, and he will take a big swing and miss through a slow curveball, 74 miles per hour. Almost kind of reminds me of an Zach Greinke curve right there, but Greinke can go even slower. I think it's registered 68, 69 miles per hour. at given points. So 1-2 now to Arozarena. And it's going to be foul tip. The count remains 1-2. So Randy stays alive here. Kershaw has made it through 3 completed innings, working against his first batter here in the 4th with 45 pitches under his belt. Payoff pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Kershaw goes to a pitch 88 miles per hour, down at the knees, perfectly placed in the bottom third of the strike zone. That is 5 strikeouts for Clayton Kershaw. Career postseason numbers for Kershaw, I mean, we know a few years back he is definitely recalled for losing some big games. But in 35 career postseason performances, he is 11-12 with a 4.31 ERA, 177 in the third innings pitched, 193 strikeouts, and a 1.09 WHIP. He was great in the regular season, though. An ERA just north of 2 at 2.16 through 58 in the third innings with 62 strikeouts and a .84 WHIP. He went 6-2 in 10 starts. And, seems to be having no difficulty here navigating through the Rays lineup early on. He even jumps ahead early against Hunter Renfroe. He's ahead of the count 0-2. Renfroe struck out back in the first. And the home plate umpire, that could have gone either way, makes the call in favor of the batter. It goes 1-2 just outside. Arozarena was retired for the first out. Renfroe up now, down on the count 1-2 for the Rays. And the count will go 2-2 as the changeup misses downstairs. So Arozarena struck out. Renfroe is up now, and Manny Margot will be up as well here in the 4th. Renfroe puts this one in play, hit hard over to Corey Seager. He'll backhand it and make a strong throw over to Max Muncy, the Dodgers' first baseman. And that is out number 2. So a 6-3 ground out retires the second Tampa Bay batter this inning. And now Manny Margot steps in to see if he can extend the top of the 4th for the Rays. Manny had a soft ground ball back to Clayton Kershaw, in which he made the throw over to first in time back in the first inning. He swings and misses through a big pitch here at 91 miles per hour up in the zone. Good for strike 1, and Margot is hitting .250 with 5 homers and 11 RBIs this postseason. He actually leads the starting lineup tonight in RBIs in postseason games here in 2020. Again, 11 RBIs throughout the fall frenzy. Now, Randy Arozarena right behind him with 10, but both have been huge contributions to the offense that Tampa Bay has. 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th, and this one is foul back. We'll try it again. Kershaw at 54 pitches, looking to go 5-6 strong innings for LA. Of course, game 1, or any game really, is a game that both teams are going to want to win, but it is really important that you take a series lead here. And that is going to be strike 3 as Margot waves and misses that one down and in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strikeouts for Clayton Kershaw. And a 1-2-3 inning. No hits, no runs, no man left on base, no errors. But yeah, of course, both teams want to win game 1 and game 2, and so on and so forth. But if you can, get out of this game with a lead, of course that is ideal. You'd rather be ahead. I think that's obvious. So both teams, if it is close, are going to go to some of their better arms in the back end of the bullpen. They're going to utilize their big names and guys who can come in high leverage situations and record outs. So, of course, Tyler Glasnow and Clayton Kershaw are 2 pitchers that can go deep into ball games. And if that is the case, it just makes the bullpen guys' jobs a whole lot easier. So we go to the home half of the fourth. The 4, 5, and 6 batters are due up: Max Muncy, Will Smith, and Cody Bellinger. The Dodgers have only tallied 1 hit so far offensively. See if they can change that now and maybe put up the first run of the game. Alright, so here we go, guys. It's been fun so far. And a very competitive game. I'm liking what I see. This is a postseason World Series matchup that you wish you get every year. And of course, it's been close the past few seasons, but Rays and Dodgers, two of the best teams, and I keep stressing this, but it really is true in the sense where the Rays and Dodgers are the two best teams that are in this matchup right now, in this series. So we're going to go ahead here, head to the home half of the fourth. I'm probably going to stream for about 5 innings, at least here in Game 1. Now, I plan on streaming as much of the World Series action as I can game-wise, so stay tuned. If you guys aren't already, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe, turn on your notifications, because I never have a set schedule for either regular uploads or live streams. So for you guys to best know when I upload something or when I am indeed live, go ahead, turn on those notifications. You will be notified, of course, when something does go up on YouTube from my end. So that's the easiest way to know when I'm doing a play-by-play like this. Or even, I might find myself doing some just like watch with me's, like towards the end of a game, if it's late and I'm up and can get a stream going, or whatever the case may be. So, it's going to be fun these next few days. And of course, it does mean with each and every game we get closer and closer, or further and further into the World Series. That means one day closer to the end of the 2020 season for baseball. But this year has really been, with all its ups and downs, a whole lot of fun. It's been crazy. A lot of new things that we've seen implemented with new rules and just the general gameplay. And it's been weird. A really rough year. Just something that we are not used to. Unprecedented times. And of course, that results in just a change of behavior and atmosphere and everything. I'm just really lucky we had baseball to whatever extent. And my team may not be in it right now, but two really great teams are, and that's something to be excited about. So, Rays and Dodgers, here we go. Bottom of the fourth. Max Muncy is in and ahead of Tyler Glasnow. The count is 2-1 strike. Make it 3-1 as a fastball runs in. Now, Max Muncy flew out to center field back in his first at-bat. He's ahead here 3-1, and there is a big shift. Joey Wendle, third baseman, is the only defensive player on the left side of the infield, playing where Willy Adames would be at short. However, it doesn't matter. Max Muncy doesn't put the ball in play as he gets on first via ball 4. That's huge. A leadoff base runner. The third walk of the game for Tyler Glasnow, and the Dodgers really have to take advantage here. Start stringing some hits together, and that's a lot easier said than done, especially against the guy like Tyler Glasnow, who is very dominant. His fastball comes in hard. He's going to throw you in that soft breaking ball, get you off balance. And he's gotten 5 strikeouts, 2 groundouts, 2 flyouts distributed with his 9 outs or 3 innings pitched so far. Now he jumps right ahead against Will Smith, attacks early with the fastball on the outer third for called strike 1. Now, Smith is hitting .217 in the postseason with 1 home run and 11 RBIs. He's someone who's going to go ahead and be one of the top performers offensively for the Dodgers. Smith, again, 1 homer, 11 ribbies. Corey Seager, 6 home runs, 15 RBIs, without a doubt, the most crucial part of Los Angeles' lineup thus far. But 6 home runs from Seager, 1 from Turner. 2 from Muncy and 1 from Smith. 3 homers from Belly, 1 from Jock Peterson. RBI leaders, again, Seager with 15, Will Smith with 11, Bellinger with 10, Max Muncy 8. I mean, guys are just really leveling out the playing field. And a lot of guys are going ahead here, putting together good at-bats and bringing guys in that are on base. We haven't seen many base runners yet, so not a whole lot of RBI opportunities. No one has been in scoring position for the Los Angeles Dodgers through the first 3 innings. All of their base runners have been held to first base, including the 3 walks and the single from Chris Taylor. Hello to everyone in the chat and everyone in the stream. Thank you for joining and tuning in so far today. It's been a lot of fun. We have quite a bit of ways to go left in the stream and in the game. We're scoreless, as you guys can tell on the scoreboard here, in the bottom of the 4th. Glasnow falls behind 3-1 to the Dodgers' number 5 hitter. Will Smith, again, designated hitter tonight, as Austin Barnes is doing the catching duties behind the plate. And this one is a little dribbler. Left side of the infield, Joey Wendell attacks it and will not be able to go ahead and get the lead runner at second. He just takes it to first right away. So a fielder's choice allows Muncy to get into scoring position, which we just talked about. It's the first runner in scoring position for the Dodgers tonight. And Will Smith will be out on the fielder's choice. 5-3 ground out. That brings up the big bat of Bellinger, who is 0 for 1. He grounded out to first back in the 2nd inning. A single could go ahead and potentially score the first run of the ballgame here. First pitch from Glasnow is a fastball inside, and Bellinger with a huge home run. It's a 2-run shot into the Dodgers bullpen. A 2-0 ballgame. The Dodgers take the lead here. There you have it. Cody Bellinger, we were just talking about impact performers, and Cody Bellinger has put up home runs and RBIs this far into the postseason. He does it again. A 2-run home run for Cody Bellinger gives the Dodgers the lead in Game 1 of the World Series. The Dodgers strike first. That'll clear the bases. Bellinger, just really nice swing. Keeps his head in on a fastball that runs inside. Great swing. Attacks early. He's looking back at the replay. He's stoked. Dodgers a 2-run lead. Hello to everyone in the chat. How are you guys doing tonight? Hope you're having a great evening. I know I am. I especially am now that the Dodgers have a 2-run lead over the Rays. We have some action here in Game 1 of the World Series. Glasnow at 67 pitches through 3 1/3. But Bellinger gets things going here in the 4th. So, of course, Max Muncy scores from second on the 2-run home run to right center. And there we have it. The Dodgers have a lead. Look at this. They can add to it now. Fastball going to miss down. But it is a called strike from the home plate umpire. Count goes 1-1 to Chris Taylor, who is 1 for 1 on the day with a single. But yeah, that's now back-to-back postseason games where Bellinger has a big postseason home run. That go-ahead shot in NLCS Game 7, and now a 2-run home run here in Game 1 of the World Series. So it's 2-1 to Taylor now. Make it 3-1. A fastball going to miss below the knees and outside. Glasnow definitely looking a little bit shaky here. 71 pitches. He'll try to go through still 5-6 innings. Probably 5 would be more likely at this point, but we'll see. He can easily get back on track, have a quick inning after the Bellinger home run, get the next 2 outs, and see what he can do moving forward. Count goes full to Chris Taylor. So full count, 1 out, nobody on, and the Dodgers with a 2-run lead. Cody Bellinger just hits 130 in 13 World Series games with 2 home runs and 23 strikeouts. So, big home run for him there. Hopefully that is the start of some World Series success for him, because if he's going to be hot, the Dodgers are going to be hot as well. Chris Taylor works a walk. What team out of both of these do you like? I am personally rooting for the Dodgers. I want to go ahead and see them win it. I've been predicting a Game 7 World Series win for them. I think it will go to the full extent, 7 entire games, and LA comes out on top. At least that's what I hope. I would love for that to be the case. And I do think the Dodgers are going to win. I know we see a few people agreeing with me here in the chat, which is awesome. So yeah, if you guys are in the stream and you want to go ahead and get in the conversation, let me know who you think is going to win the World Series here. Again, in this live chat, if you have any questions for me regarding the game or this season, go ahead, drop them in the chat as well. Love to talk some baseball here as this game is going on. So it's another walk from Tyler Glasnow. And make that 1, 2, 3, 4 walks on the day with limited strikeouts. His strikeout numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys who have gone down on strike 3, which is not bad, but 5 strikeouts to 4 walks, not the best ratio, especially when one of those walks results in a big 2-run home run with the aftermath. If that was a solo shot, I mean, even 2 runs, not a big deal whatsoever, especially in the 4th inning, but 2 runs really gives the Dodgers a nice little lead. Clayton Kershaw will be pitching with a lead going into the 5th, and that's going to be huge. As he goes through this lineup the 2nd and 3rd time around if he gets that far. So, really big burst here from the Dodgers. They're still not done yet. A walk after the Bellinger home run from Taylor puts him on first. Now Peterson is up into the box, so we'll see what he can do. First pitch to Jock is going to miss. Fastball just above the strike zone, ball 1. Glasnow definitely getting a little wild. So the 1-0 to the left-handed left fielder is going to be a strike right down the heart of the plate, belt high at 98 miles an hour. Counts even 1-1, went out 1 man on. And here we go. Check swing, does he go around? We can't tell because Chris Taylor takes off for second. He's in there. I think that's going to be a stolen base. Might be a wild pitch. We'll have to see how it's scored. But they do say Peterson goes around, so he's down on the count 1-2. And I think once Taylor saw that get in the dirt, he took off for second right away. So Taylor in, he's now in scoring position. It's a 1-2 count to Jock Peterson. Sorry, 1-2 count to Jock Peterson. There we go. So wait a second. So Taylor at second base. Another run. So this is the first time we've seen runner in scoring position for the Dodgers, and that was back with Max Muncy. He made it to second, 2-run home run from Bellinger. Now Chris Taylor is in scoring position as he gets over to third, but it's foul back, so makes him go back and retreat to second base. He took off for the stolen base attempt, trying to get 90 feet away, but because Peterson had to foul back to stay alive, he was not able to stay at third base. So 1-2. We'll see if Taylor takes off again. He does not, as Tyler Glasnow does his little spin move. Go ahead, check out bottom on second. 77 pitches for Glasnow, 1-2 count, runner at second. And this one's down in the dirt as well. Count goes to 2-2. Dodgers a 2-run lead and a runner on second. See if they can really capitalize here, get something going. They've already put up 2 runs here. See if they can add to that somewhat sizable lead in the bottom of the fourth. Peterson stays alive as he fouls back an off-speed pitch, 83 miles per hour, just on the outer third of the plate. So we are in the bottom of the fourth right now. We're probably going to call it a day after 5 innings live here on YouTube. Expect us back here on YouTube Live for the next few games of the World Series. I intend to be covering and doing play-by-plays as much as possible. And Peterson stays alive again with another foul ball down the right field line. The count will remain 2-2, really making Glasnow work. He's thrown 80 pitches. He's getting tired. He's given up 2 runs this inning. There's already a runner in scoring position again with 1 out. And you can see this slowly start to get to him here. Two-two. And he will swing and miss at a fastball up at the letters. Strikeout number 6 for Glasnow, and it's going to come in a big way here. He needs 1 more to get out of the inning without much more damage being done. Austin Barnes will step in. 2 outs, a runner on second, and a 2-run lead for LA. So we're going to see Clayton Kershaw come back out for inning number 5. Get on the mound for the Dodgers. And the first pitch to the Dodgers backstop, Austin Barnes, is going to be fouled back and out of play. So, of course, we look at the Rays' path to the World Series, or their postseason path to get to where they are now. We had, really a fun series along the way. And they started off with a series sweep of the Toronto Blue Jays. They then moved on to the division series where they faced off against the New York Yankees. They beat them in Game 5. Almost blew a 3-0 lead to the Houston Astros, but did get that 4th win in Game 7, and now here they are against the Dodgers, who started off against the 8-seed Brewers in October baseball. As Barnes sends it out to right field in foul territory is Renfroe, but he's going to run out of room, strike 2. So the Dodgers started off with a sweep of the Brewers, and that advanced them to the division series. They took on the Padres for a fun set. Of course, they moved on, go ahead, and they faced off against the Braves, come back from a 3-1 series deficit, win it in Game 7, make it to the World Series now, and it's been fun. Hey, great coverage. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. I appreciate you tuning in, saying hello, and being a part of the journey here. Game 1 of the 2020 World Series, Dodgers lead 2-0 in the bottom of the 4th, courtesy of a Cody Bellinger 2-run home run here in the bottom half of this inning. The count's 2-2 to Austin Barnes. Runner on second, 2 outs. Dodgers are up by 2. See if they can add on to it here with the number 9 batter. Got him, looking fastball at the knees, called strike 3. That ends it here for the 4th. The Dodgers score 2 runs on 1 hit. 1 man left on base. And 2 earned runs for Tyler Glasnow. We head to the top of the 5th inning. The last inning I will be live here for Game 1 today. And the Rays will have Joey Wendle, Willy Adames, and Kevin Kiermaier all up. That's exactly how they started the 2nd inning. And all 3 of those guys went down in order. Wendle flew out to left, Adames struck out looking, and Kiermaier also flew out to left field. So here we go. We're going to the top of the 5th. I am adjusting it on the scoreboard here. And Clayton Kershaw has done well. He's held the Rays to very little. They also have not had a runner in scoring position since the 1st inning. Now, that was Yandy Diaz. He had a leadoff single, made it to second base, but no further. So here we go, guys. Top 5. Dodgers lead Tampa Bay. Wendle, Adames, Kiermaier, 6, 7, 8 batters. All coming up. And the Rays are trailing for the first time this game. Gives Clayton Kershaw a nice little buffer to work with here as he's going deep into this ball game. He's done well. He's allowed only very few hits, 1 hit, and 2 base runners. A walk to Randy Arozarena, and then that single back in the first. But other than that, he has been lights out, nearly untouchable. And he's had 1, 2, 3 innings ever since the 2nd. So Kershaw looks to keep going and really helping out LA here in Game 1. You go to the top of the 5th. The home half of the 4th was all based around Cody Bellinger and his massive 2-run shot that put the Dodgers on the board first and early. The first pitch of Joey Wendle is a called strike, and Kershaw has now thrown pitch number 56 here in Game 1. 4 completed innings, 1 hit, and this second pitch to Joey Wendle, the Rays' third baseman, is in the zone but not deemed a strike by Laz Diaz, the home plate umpire. So that'll be ball 1. The 1-2, and Joey Wendle's going to ground this right back to Clayton Kershaw. Makes a nice little play, and the throw over to first is in time. That's the first out. 1-3 ground out to get the 5th going. And there we go. Now the first pitch to Willy Adames is a called strike. Called strike 2, curveball, dropped in the top third of the strike zone. Kershaw just looking really good right now, and he's been having a great night. Strikeout number 7 for Clayton Kershaw. Adames is going to sit down, and the Rays are showing very little resistance right now. Clayton Kershaw cruising through 4 2/3 innings. And Kiermaier sends this one out to right field. It's gone. A solo home run for Kevin Kiermaier puts the Rays on the board. It's the first run of the game for Tampa Bay. And just like that, it's a one-run ball game now. We finally see some action off the Tampa Bay bats. And that's huge. Tampa Bay is now in this ballgame, or back in this ballgame. They're never out of it. Kiermaier just sends this one to right field. Way gone. And now the first pitch to Zunino is a ball. Make it 2-0. Kershaw, 66 pitches here. It is now 2-1 on the number 9 batter for Tampa, Mike Zunino. Zunino's had a really nice postseason. Maybe not necessarily average-wise, which is 216, but 4 home runs, 8 RBIs, 771 OPS. He's a guy who is going to perform at the end of the lineup, in the bottom of the third. You know, those 7, 8, 9 batters. Two, and Kershaw looking to get out of the inning here, and he will. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Mike Zunino goes down. So a solo home run for Kevin Kiermaier gives the Rays their first run of the ball game. 1 hit, 1 run, no man left on base for the Rays. We go bottom 5, the last half of the inning, of course, and the last bit of this game I will be streaming. For the Dodgers, we're going to go straight to the top of their lineup. Mookie Betts, Corey Seager, and Justin Turner. All in the bottom of the 5th, all due up for their 3rd at-bat. Mookie Betts is 0 for 2 with a ground out and strikeout. Corey Seager has worked a walk both of his first 2 times around, and Justin Turner is 0 for 2 with a flyout to right and strikeout swinging. So we'll see if the top of the lineup can do any better this time around for the Dodgers, as they now have to kind of expand on this only 1-run lead following Kevin Kiermaier's solo shot. So bottom of the 5th, it's a very close ball game here, 2-1. So Mookie Betts, Corey Seager, I was going to say Kyle Seager, that is his brother with the Mariners. Corey Seager and Justin Turner. Of course, Corey Seager is notably the better brother in the duo. And again, Betts and Turner 0 for 3 going into, 0 for 2 going to this third at bat here in the bottom of the fifth. Tyler Glasnow, I'm going to assume, will come back out and get something going. Hopefully all you guys tuning in are having a good day. I appreciate the support and you guys stopping by to join the stream. I do have the Dodgers in 7. I see you have Rays in 7, which is fun. I think either way, we are going to see a nice series. Number of game-wise. Like quantity, I think we're going to see one that goes deep into the end of October. I really want to see a 6-7 game series. And my prediction for a while has been Dodgers in 7, so I'm sticking to that. I really don't necessarily care who wins. I'm rooting for both teams. I shouldn't be rooting for Tampa Bay because they beat out the Yankees, but just two incredibly talented organizations battling it out, and I'm excited. So it's been fun. The count is 1-1 to Mookie Betts now. Corey Seager on deck, who has been on base quite a lot here in this one so far with 2 walks. This is going to miss outside 2-1. Angels fan, I want to see the Dodgers come so close yet so far again. But series will be fun. Yeah, I get that. Similar to me being like, hey, well, I don't necessarily want the Rays to win, but this is their first pennant since 2008. They've never won a World Series, so a fun little storyline for them. Randy Arozarena, the small payroll that they're working with I think a total of $70 million combined with all their starters. This is a great team. It's hard to not root for them. You have to love the Tampa Bay Rays. And they're going to be good this year. They're going to be good next year. This is a team that is strong and that they know what they're doing and they're capable of a lot. Whether they win this World Series or not, they've made it this far and they are going to push this far again next year. Again, whether they're the 2020 champions or they aren't. Mookie Betts will work a walk after a 3-1 count. And the leadoff base runner is on via ball 4 for the second inning in a row for the Dodgers. Last time, Max Muncy drew a walk. He made it to second on a fielder's choice, then scored on a Bellinger 2-run home run. We'll see how this inning plays out here and if the Dodgers can score anymore. Ryan Yarbrough warming up in the bullpen. That's a lefty in the pen for the Rays. So he's coming in potentially to relieve Glasnow, who was at 92 pitches through 4 completed innings. And yes, they are indeed a very fun and young team that has a lot of potential. So Kevin Kiermaier, the number 8 batter, hit a solo home run in the top of the 5th inning. And that's the only run so far. I believe Kershaw's only given up 2 hits and 1 walk to this point. A single, a walk, and a solo shot. Corey Seager's count is even at 1-1 as Mookie Betts fakes a stolen base. Or fakes a stolen base, even just with the motion. We'll see if that's foreshadowing for him taking off. And he does. He's going off to second. Zunino does not make the throw down. So Mookie Betts goes ahead and eliminates the double play. He swipes second base, the first stolen base of the World Series. And Betts is now in scoring position with nobody out. Corey Seager, big bat for the Dodgers. 6 home runs, 15 RBIs, 1 stolen base coming into tonight. And his average still sits at 298. His OPS is higher than 1.124, in which he entered Game 1 with. So this has definitely been a fun at bat and a fun inning, or past few outs rather. Mookie Betts has an 84% stolen base percentage, and that's the second highest among active players. Hoping that choke from Kershaw comes in a late game situation. I mean, we'll have to see. Right now, he's been doing really well, and this postseason, his ERA, yes, was 3.32 entering tonight in 3 games, but he was winning 2 games to 1, and his regular season was great. He was 6-2, 2.16 ERA in 10 starts. We know he's not known for success in the postseason, but as of right now, here in this game, he's really holding his own. 1 earned run is a lot. Really nice right now for the Dodgers because they can capitalize. And Kershaw can limit the Rays to 1 run for the rest of his start, and the bullpen can limit the Rays as well. Hopping between my live and Bauer's live, yeah. If I wasn't streaming right now, I'd be tuning Trevor Bauer and his live stream. I was watching a few of the games that he streamed. I believe he streamed a few different games back in like the division card, or not the division card, the division series and the wild card series, I think. And I was watching a few of those back in a few. All right, see it in a few minutes. But yeah, Trevor Bauer, fun free agent coming up here in this winter, and it's gonna be interesting to see where he lands. He's throwing out like, oh, these teams need pitching and these teams need pitching. He's just having fun with it, as he should be. He's a person. He's messing around, having fun on Twitter, and he's just really taking the game and his platform and making it so incredibly unique and making it into his own. As Seager works walk 3 on the day. Yeah, I love what Bauer's doing for baseball with his momentum platform, his Trevor Bauer YouTube channel, his COVID season vlogs, his off-season vlogs, which premiered tonight. Like, he's just so much fun to watch on the mound. He's an electric player. Great guy on and off the field. Really working for the benefit of baseball and marketing the game better. He's a great player to be marketing as, himself. Just Bauer's awesome. Definitely a guy I look up to from a content standpoint, from a person standpoint, and from a baseball standpoint. I mean, this guy's just really well-rounded in what he does and seems like, just an awesome guy to be around. So I would love to meet Bauer one day. I think that'd be great. Maybe interview him or just kind of sit down, talk baseball and the state of baseball. I don't know. But yeah, Bauer is awesome. A lot of fun to watch and just amazing guy. So we're going to see where he lands. A lot of whirlwinds going on. Of course, 30 teams available. And he'll be able to go ahead and choose where he signs, whether it's a short-term or long-term contract. But he's definitely going to get the money he deserves. Awesome pitcher. NL Cy Young for 2020. I'm going to say it. Not confirmed, but that should be the case. If it's not, it's wrong. And Glasnow almost picks off Mookie Betts at second. But with Mookie Betts over at second, Corey Seager at first, that brings up Justin Turner and nobody out. Yeah, as I said before, Trevor Bauer, he's said on Twitter a few times, oh, Yankees need pitching, or oh, this team needs pitching, this team needs pitching. Just a lot of fun. He's engaging with fans and, putting out potential speculations like, hey, maybe I sign with this team, but we'll see. I would love to see him in a Yankee uniform, but I just don't know if New York has the money for that right now, unfortunately, so there's that. Bauer's taking a break to have a drink and celery. Nice. Welcome back to the stream. Appreciate you tuning back in. It's runners on first and second, nobody out, and a 1-0 count to Justin Turner. Tyler Glasnow struggling at 100 total pitches here in the bottom of the 5th with nobody out, 2 men on base, 1 in scoring position. The 4th and 5th has been rough for him, and Turner going to foul this one back out of play. Does New York always have the money? Yeah, I mean, technically, they do have the money, but they want to get under that threshold this winter, and they did lose Tanaka and DJ at the moment, as well as a few other free agents. Brett Gardner, one of them. They're going to bring back DJ LeMahieu, at least I would assume. I would hope. Maybe Tanaka, maybe Gardner. I would love to see Gardner come back. He's my favorite player, my favorite Yankee. But I think they are kind of trying to maybe work down the money a little bit. And I believe there is an option with Stanton, but I don't see why he wouldn't come back and why they wouldn't bring him back. So we'll see. I don't know. Again, would love Bauer. Bauer, my favorite athlete in baseball. And Gardner, just my favorite player because I've grown up watching him. And once Derek Jeter and A-Rod were no longer in the game, just Brett Gardner was a veteran that I grew up watching when I was younger. And now he's still in the game now, so it's fun to kind of see how far his career has come. Everyone is talking about Bauer. Yeah, I mean, he's going to be the top pitching free agent. And almost a strike him out, throw him out for Glasnow. A double steal. So, interesting there with nobody out. Turner will go down on strike 3. Seager steals second. Betts steals third. So, 2 men in scoring position now, nobody out. Both got a great jump. Most people are forgetting Charlie Morton is free agent after this year. Yep. Hoping the Angels can pick up Bauer or Morton. Yeah. I mean, the Angels have been tough because they really, really need pitching. They really do. And going into the season, they picked up Rendon. They made a few moves at the deadline. Of course, they have the best center fielder in baseball, Mike Trout. Albert Pujols is still around for a bit. I think he might be retiring. I don't know if I just think that or if I remember maybe seeing that somewhere. Okay, so he has one more year, I guess, 2021 for Pujols in his contract, and then we'll see what he does afterwards. That's part of his extension. Yeah, so at least until 2021 after, but it's a 2-0 count to Max Muncy, the cleanup batter for the Dodgers, with runners at second and third and one out. So, I mean, the Angels have a nice team. David Fletcher, a big infielder for them who's really put up some good numbers offensively. And Andrelton Simmons, who I think had a down year this year. But Muncy going to hit one over to the right side of the infield. Mookie Betts breaks her home on contact. And the home plate umpire says he scored. Max Muncy gets to first safely. Corey Seager makes it to third. We'll see the replay before I do go ahead and score. Betts is safe, but they are checking it out. Might go ahead and review it here. Fielder's choice, so Muncy is aboard. Hit to first baseman Yandy Diaz. The throw was a little wide, so it brought Zunino's glove to the foot of Mookie Betts. It just depends on whether or not his hand touched the plate before, of course, the glove reached Betts' left foot and applied the tag. So if that is indeed a fielder's choice and Betts is safe, it's a 3-1 ball game. We'll see if the Rays challenge here. It's hard to tell. At least in real time, it's hard to see. I think Mookie Betts is indeed safe. I'm going to go ahead and change the scoreboard here to 3-1. Mookie shows some excitement after he plates that third run of the game for the Dodgers. And which is cool because we're seeing a lot of excitement, actually, at Mookie Betts and a lot of emotion when he was robbing home runs in the championship series. He was, thrilled. He was, big movements and stuff, and I love that. I am all for pitchers, hitters, fielders, anyone. Like, represent yourself, who you are, your team, whatever. Let the kids play. I don't care if you're a hitter or you're a pitcher. Go off. Do what you got to do. Celebrate. At the end of the day, this is still Mookie Betts playing Mookie Betts' game. And, that's just an example. Like, he scored a huge run here in the World Series. And he robbed, amazing hits out in right field. Took away home runs from multiple players on the Braves team, the championship series. And no matter what you do, celebrate. Even if you get the last out in the last out in an inning defensively. Be excited. I love it. Let the kids play. We saw that a lot this year. Baseball's really transforming a little bit when it comes to player reactions and how things are going. So Tim Anderson's a big name with the bat flip, of course. Trevor Bauer showed a lot of emotions and was reacting a lot on the mound, which I thought was great. Especially in postseason baseball, we see this a lot now too. Mookie Betts has been a guy who I just mentioned the past few games has really been showing his excitement and his emotions, and I love that. I think that's great because players are humans. No matter how much or how little the media emphasizes that to the fans, they don't just play baseball. And that's huge. And that's why, going back to the Bauer point, I really love what he's doing. And I think what he's doing for baseball is amazing, and his brand and everything that he's got going on for him right now is just setting him up for a lot of success on the field, off the field, and marketing and stuff. Like, that is going to revolutionize baseball and media and hopefully get the two paths to kind of interweave a little bit. The count goes full to Will Smith, Dodgers DH, with runners at first and third and one out. Curtis warming up in the bullpen now. So we got a righty in the pen for the Rays, and Yarbrough still up as the southpaw who might relieve Glasnow, who I'm kind of interested to see why he's still in. 111 pitches, struggling a little bit here. Maybe if he walks Smith, he will be taken out. And he's not going to walk Smith because Will Smith is going to deliver in a big way. It's an RBI single. Corey Seager will come around to score. So Will Smith goes ahead, gets an RBI knock. That advances Max Muncy to third and Will Smith over to first on the RBI knock. And that's Smith's 12th postseason RBI. That's why he's the designated hitter. He might not be the starting catcher, but he's still in the lineup because he's going to perform offensively. And that's huge. Make it 4-1 Dodgers. Update my scoreboard here. And we'll keep it going. So 2 runs for the Dodgers in the bottom of the 4th, 2 runs for the Dodgers in the bottom of the 5th, and maybe even some more, as it is a 4-1 ball game right now. Now, I plan on streaming till the end of the 5th inning. We're almost 2 hours into the live, but we are currently in a commercial break as Tyler Glasnow is now out of this game. Cody Bellinger will step into the box with runners at the corners and 1 away with the potential to go ahead and continue to add to the lead here. He started the runs going for the Dodgers, that 2-run shot in the 4th inning, and he can continue to add to it now in the 5th. So here we are, our last few minutes on the live stream. Guys in the stream right now, guys and girls, whoever's tuning in, thank you all so much. I appreciate it. It's been fun. Game 1 of the World Series, well underway. The Dodgers right now have a nice little lead. See if they can add on to it before I end the stream, get some more action in. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I plan on going live throughout the entirety of the series. The last series of the 2020 baseball season. And yeah, so going to get content up for you guys a little more regularly now with the World Series underway. And it's a great matchup. Rays Dodgers, could not be more excited. Really like where we're at the moment. And no matter how many more runs the Dodgers score in this inning or the rest of the game, the Rays still are not out. They can come from behind. They are a team that's proven that they can do that. Very talented. And this is just until the last out is made, this game is not over. And that goes for every game, especially this series, because I feel like it's going to be back and forth. It's going to be tight. I've said a 7-game series, and I think that is going to be the case. Like, these are 2 great teams, offensively, defensively. Put the differences and the similarities aside, because at the end of the day, it comes down to pitch by pitch, out by out, run by run, hit by hit, anything. It's who out performs the other, every day. And you have to think of it as a best-of-1 series. Win the day, and then look for winning the next day, and then winning the series. Game by game. Act as if it's all go big or go home here. Yarbrough going to come to the game, relieve Tyler Glasnow. Now, Ryan is 1-0 this postseason in 2 games, 10 innings pitched, 4 earned runs, and a 6.3 strikeout per walk ratio. Now, runners at the corners do not belong to Yarbrough. Glasnow is still responsible for Muncy, who was 90 feet away, and Will Smith, who just had that RBI single. Count is now 1-1. The Dodgers have 3 stolen bases this inning, which is tied for the most in an inning in World Series history, dating back to the 1912 New York Giants. That's a fun little fact here that I'm seeing on the demographic on Fox. Bellinger going to foul this one back. The count goes 1-2. Bellinger hitting .261 this postseason, 4 home runs, 12 RBIs. Of course, those numbers are updated now with that 2-run home run last inning. And we'll see if he can add to either of those totals, whether it's batting average, home runs, or RBIs right here. He's down to the count 1-2. Yarbrough, who's thrown 3 pitches and gotten ahead so far against the lefty here in this lefty-lefty matchup. So with runners at the corners, 1 out, Cody Bellinger in. The payoff pitch from Ryan Yarbrough. It's up and in, and Bellinger will foul this one back yet again. We'll try it again. Count will remain 1-2. So here we are. Bottom of the 5th still underway. And it's been a long bottom of half inning. We go back to Ryan and Cody. The count is 1-2 with 1 out. And the payoff pitch here. Inside. Count is even 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 men on base, 1 out. Dodgers lead by 3 here in the bottom of the 5th. Pitch number 6 from Yarbrough. Gonna miss down and in. The count is full. Big at-bat right here, right now. Chris Taylor is on deck. He's 1 for 1. He singled in the 2nd and walked in the 4th. So he's gotten on base the first 2 times he's come up to the plate. Bellinger's 1 for 2. Full count. Fastball inside, 88 miles per hour inside. Bellinger fouls this one back. It's been a 7-pitch at-bat so far. And we're going to get to number 8. Mookie Betts, of course, has won 1 MVP and 1 World Series to this point. He's been a big part of this inning. He had leadoff walk, 2 stolen bases, broke home on contact, and scored a run, which then led to just a really nice outburst of offense and different opportunities for the Dodgers here. Bellinger fouls back another at-bat. He's not going down easy. It's been 8 pitches in this lefty-lefty matchup between Ryan Yarbrough and Cody Bellinger. Max Muncy's on third. Will Smith over at first, being held on by Andy Diaz. The count's full to Bellinger, who's waiting for Yarbrough to either make a mistake down the middle or miss, so we can load the bases for Chris Taylor. Count's full. The payoff pitch. Inside, but Bellinger gets down to a knee and fouls it back, keeping the at-bat going. 9 pitches right now. If you're Clayton Kershaw, you gotta feel good, especially after that solo home run. You know, it was a 2-0 game. You give up a solo shot to Kiermaier. It's 2-1. You get a little nervous, but now, if he goes back out in the 6th, he's working with at least a 3-run lead. Not that he wants to give up runs, but he does have something to fall back on in case he makes a mistake. Bellinger pops up a pitch on the inner third. Joey Wendell on the infield grass will make the catch. Pop out to third. 2 away now. 2 on for Chris Taylor. Runners at the corner still with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Dodgers definitely have the opportunity to score some more here. Taylor singled back in the 2nd, walked in the 4th, did not make it past first base either time. He's hitting .222 in the postseason, no home runs or RBIs, so a knock here would get him his first ribby of the 2020 postseason. He's swinging first pitch, and it is a knock! A little one-hopper into the glove of left fielder Manny Margot, and it's an RBI single. Max Muncy comes around to score. Will Smith will stop at second. Chris Taylor picks up an RBI single. That's his first RBI of the 2020 postseason. I'm going to go ahead and change the score here now to 5-1 in the Dodgers' favor. So a nice little single off the bat of Chris Taylor. First pitch of the at-bat. Now to bring up Joc Pederson. So another lefty-lefty matchup here. Kevin Cash probably likes where this is going. Like we've said earlier on in the stream, he likes to play chess. He likes to play the matchups. Of course, with the pitcher, and in this case, just the batter, it works out. It's lefty-lefty. But especially with the 3-batter minimum rule, you can't necessarily go ahead and work matchups for every batter that comes up. However, Dave Roberts goes ahead and says, hey, well, Joc Pederson's a lefty, Yarbrough's lefty, so let's go ahead and pinch hit Kike Hernandez, who had a huge home run in the championship series as well against the Braves. So Kike Hernandez is in now. He will just completely replace Joc Pederson's number 8 spot in the lineup and in the outfield. Pederson takes the ball. So this is a lefty-righty matchup, and this is where Roberts is like, hey, Kevin Cash, I see you. I meet you and I raise you. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to play this game as well because you want to play matchups. You want to take advantage of these opportunities. Now 2-0 as the pitch misses downstairs. Not necessarily saying this is something that Dave Roberts did to kind of copy Kevin Cash or because Kevin Cash does this, but just because this is what a good manager does. He strategizes, he works it out so that his team can have the upper hand in these types of situations. And Kike Hernandez gonna lace one through the left side of the infield. They send Will Smith home. He's in to score. It's 6-1 Dodgers. That's why you play the matchups. Not saying that Pederson wouldn't have had success there, but that is huge for Kike Hernandez. A 2-out RBI single to keep the inning going. Will Smith scores from second base, slow roller to the left side of the infield, through the infield, and to Manny Margot. Chris Taylor makes it to second base. He's now in scoring position for the first time this game, as he's reaching for the 3rd time this ballgame. Austin Barnes came up last time in the bottom of the 4th. And here he is now again. He takes the first pitch inside ball 1. So now, both of the runs Glasnow was responsible for when he left this ball game, or both of the batters he was responsible for, runners responsible for, have scored. So I want to say that was, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. He has 6 earned runs, I believe. I think because Taylor would have been Yarbrough and Hernandez would be Yarbrough. So yes, 6 earned runs for Tyler Glasnow tonight. His postseason ERA was 4.66 this season. Now it's going to be a little higher. And this was his 5th game. He was 2-1 going into tonight. Now He's going to end 2-2, assuming the Rays do lose. But I do want to make sure here that is correct. I believe it is 6 earned runs for Glasnow. It is. I did the math right. ERA is 12.46 here in this one for Tyler, the Tampa Bay starter. That's rough, especially because you need a big win here. Glasnow's been a guy that the Rays have been able to rely on for quite some time, and just this game, it might have been the nerves, might have been the stress. Doesn't matter what it was, just he didn't have his A-game stuff. 1-2 count to Austin Barnes. Runners at first and second with 2 outs, as you guys can see right there. 6-1 ball game here in the bottom of the 5th. He's going to foul this one back. The count stays alive. It's been a long bottom half of the inning, but the Dodgers have had 4 runs come across to score here in the home half of the 5th, and Mookie Betts is on deck. He may come up again. The Dodgers may end up hitting around as Mookie led off the bottom of the 5th here with a walk, 2 stolen bases, and runs scored. Clayton Kershaw keeping his arm warm and wrapped. The 1-2 to Barnes. He sends this one to left field, and it's going to be caught by Manny Margot. That ends the inning. So a fly ball to left will go ahead and end it. 4 runs on 3 hits for the Dodgers. 2 men left on base. It is a 6-1 ball game, and that's where I'm going to leave you guys. I'm going to go ahead and sign off for tonight. I've had a lot of fun here in this one, guys. The World Series is underway. Game 1 has been a lot of fun. 6-1 Dodgers, or LA, is over Tampa Bay as we currently stand. Thank you all so much for tuning in. The game is not over, but my live stream is for tonight. Thank you to everyone in the chat. Thank you for everyone tuning in right now who is just watching at any given point, or even as a playback. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Would not be here without your continued support. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to drop a like down below, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know who your World Series predictions are, who's going to win the World Series, the MVP award, all that good stuff. How many games it's going to go into. I'm saying Dodgers in 7. I like Corey Seager still. That's a prediction I've been, going after for quite some time now. But I'm going Dodgers in 7. I like it. It looks like as of right now, the Dodgers are lined up for the Game 1 win. Thank you all so much for watching, guys. I appreciate you all, each and every one of you, so very much. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Peace.